There's a murder on the floor, hey. 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 There's a murder on the gatherings within a pub are way too short for proper greetings, so they met up on an island in a mansion owned by siblings, and they used up all the rooms and called the table Tuesday's Diner, and they knew each other well, or so they thought. Old Jolin the scientist built a lab within the basement, and he took upon his father, tried to surpass his old creation, so told him that he had it, told him his work would make a difference. So what would his life have been if he had chosen not to take it? Carolina was a baker, was the best within her family, took it upon herself to start a business in the valley. Well, her friend said she was hopeless, and her mom advised against it. She went out and got it started, then got broken, not to sell it. And Kobe's in the government, he got given much opinion. And Charlie, he worked with Bummer, but got injured in the business. And Jella, cause she's a racer, and Taylor, she's the cheater. But the ones who come around are the ones who didn't see it. Toby was a pilot, though some would say a pirate. Danilo had chartered out many worlds across the system. And Kevin, well, he's Kevin, we don't know that much about him. But Josephine, she's the one who is dead on the floor. There's a murder on the floor, hey. There's a murder on the floor, hey. It's best if we ignore it, conceal it, we don't see it. There's a murder on the floor, hey. There's a murder on the floor, hey. She left the house this morning. There's a murder on the Tuesdays was the name of the siblings who owned the mansion. They went off on vacation to a rather distant land. The blood of Josephine was frowned across the polished flags, but they said it wasn't there, it wasn't there, it wasn't there. Old Jolin continued his work within the basement, though it's suspected that his work could be lethal to the touch. Carolina's in the kitchen making bread for her companions. She slipped a poison into one that she'd feed to all who come. The guests were always cleaning the blood from off the floor. The guests were always screaming, she's coming out through the door. The guests were always leaning on the fact that she's not dead, she's not dead. She's not dead, no, not yet. Toby held a knife in his hands. It twirled between his fingers before he took his grip, and he pushed it right through her chest. Though he knew all along he lay already dead. There's a murder on the floor, hey. It's a murder on the floor, hey. It's a murder on the floor, hey. It's a murder on the floor, hey. There's 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 a murder on the murder on the floor, hey. There's a murder on the floor, hey. It's best if we ignore it, conceal it, we don't see it. There's a murder on the floor, hey. There's a murder on the floor, hey. She left the house this morning. There's a murder on the... Everybody stands in a circle, and no one is convinced to put their eyes down. Everybody moves to the table as their socks soak up the last bit of life. Only one can be guilty of murder, but one might never know, since each of them they took a strike to match the final blow. There's a murder on the floor, hey. 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 There's a murder on the... There's a murder on the floor, hey. There's a murder on the floor, hey. It's best if we ignore it, conceal it, we don't see it. There's a murder on the floor, hey. There's a murder on the floor, hey. She left the house this morning. There's a murder on the... There's a murder on the floor, hey. There's a murder on the floor, hey. Best if we ignore it, conceal it, we don't see it. There's a murder on the floor, hey. There's a murder on the floor, hey. She left the house this morning. There's a murder on the...